You don't always notice it, especially in the mirror, because the mirror doesn't always show you the way the world sees you. It doesn't reflect the silent power of your presence or the warmth of your aura. You don't always hear it in the compliments because you're used to brushing them off, unsure if they really mean it. But here's the truth. There's something about you, a quiet magnetism, a force that lingers after you leave a room. Attractiveness, real attractiveness, isn't about having the sharpest jawline or the most symmetrical features. It's energy. It's frequency. It's an essence that doesn't need to speak in order to be felt. Here are 7 deep signs you're far more attractive than you think, and it's time you knew why people remember you long after you're gone. Sign 1. People look at you twice. It's in the grocery aisle, on the sidewalk, at the coffee shop. You're not trying to be noticed. Maybe you're in oversized clothes, minimal effort, no makeup, just existing. And yet, someone's gaze lingers. You catch a double take, a flicker of interest in a stranger's eyes. What they see isn't perfection, it's presence. In a world obsessed with curated beauty, your unfiltered existence is a breath of fresh air. There's something in your calm, in the way you carry your tiredness with grace, in the way your authenticity peeks through, even when you're not trying. That's the kind of beauty people don't scroll past. They stop, they wonder. They look again, not because you asked them to, but because they couldn't help it. Sign 2. You intimidate people without needing to say a word. You've seen it. The nervous laughter. The people who talk too fast around you, or can't seem to make proper eye contact. They're not scared of you, but they're disarmed by you. It's the calm in your voice, the steadiness in your eyes, the way you hold your space without shrinking. You don't demand attention, but you command it. Not because you're loud, but because you carry yourself like someone who doesn't need external validation to feel enough. That kind of quiet power makes others painfully aware of their own insecurities. Your presence exposes what they hide. Not because you're trying to, but because real energy doesn't need to shout to be felt. It simply is. Sign 3. You get unspoken notice in social places. You're not the loudest in the room, but you don't need to be. People turn slightly when you enter. They glance over their shoulders. They listen when you speak, even if you say little. It's not about status or sparkle or attention-seeking behavior. It's your energy. There's a mystery in your calm, a gravity in your silence. When you smile, it feels real. When you laugh, it feels earned, and people pick up on that. They may not even realize they're watching you, but they are. Because you don't just show up physically, you arrive energetically. And that leaves a mark. Sign 4. Others copy you without realizing it. Your phrases become theirs. Your gestures show up in their behavior. Your style subtly becomes part of their wardrobe. It's not always direct. It's not always intentional. But people pick up on your rhythm, your humor, your calm, your way of moving through life, and they internalize it. Why? Because you radiate something stable, grounded, and magnetic. People want to be near what feels real. Your authenticity gives them permission to drop the act. You inspire not by trying, but by being. And when you notice your influence quietly echoing through others, understand, this is how beauty moves. It leaves impressions, not imitations. Sign 5. People assume you're taken, even when you're not. People hesitate. They don't flirt openly. They admire you from a distance. Not because you seem unavailable in a relationship sense, but because you appear emotionally full. There's a completeness to your presence, a sense that you don't need anything added to be whole. And that wholeness? That's rare. That's powerful. You're not sending signals of emptiness or longing. You're radiating a kind of quiet self-possession. People assume someone must already see it, that someone must already be lucky enough to hold the space beside you. And even if they never say it aloud, it's in the way they look at you, with curiosity, reverence, and sometimes hesitation. Sign 6. Strangers trust you instantly. Ever had someone spill something deeply personal within minutes of meeting you? A stranger who just opens up like they've known you forever? That's not coincidence. That's energy. You radiate a strange duality, safe yet intriguing, soft yet strong. People feel seen around you, even in silence. You don't judge. You don't rush. And that makes people feel safe to be vulnerable. You may not always realize how rare that is. In a world so starved for real connection, your grounded presence becomes an emotional refuge. People trust you, not just with words, but with their raw, unedited selves. That kind of magnetism isn't about attraction, it's about depth. Sign 7. You don't chase attention yet, it finds you. This is perhaps the most powerful sign of all. You've stopped performing, you don't compete. You've moved past the need to be chosen, or validated, or compared. You've made peace with your imperfections. You've rooted into who you are. And the world notices. Not the loud part of the world, but the meaningful part. The people who are drawn to depth, to soul, to substance, they see you. There's something magnetic about someone who doesn't need to prove anything. Your stillness becomes strength. Your silence becomes signal. And the more you surrender the need to be noticed, the more the universe makes sure you are. Closing reflection. So if you found yourself nodding, feeling seen by these signs, know this: your beauty isn't a coincidence. It's not an accident. It's not just physical. It's the energy you carry, the way you listen, the way you walk through the world with quiet dignity. You're not just attractive, you're magnetic. People may not always tell you, but they feel it. They remember you in moments they can't explain, in glances they regret not holding longer, in words they wish they had said. You are not beautiful because someone said so. You are beautiful because you exist with grace, with honesty, and with depth in a world that too often forgets what those things look like. And that is unforgettable.